Good morning and welcome to another episode of Back to the Past. Today I'm going to be working on finishing and improvements to this A-frame hoist. Now, I won't always be a youthful 70-year-old. When I turn 85, if I want to come out and saw logs into lumber, I'm going to come out and saw logs into lumber. But I may want it to be a little bit easier than what it is now. So with this hoisting, I went to Harbor Freight and got an electric hoist. Now, Harbor Freight's quality, actually on some tools is pretty good. On an awful lot of it, it's pretty terrible. But with this electric hoist, I think that that's something I will be able to mount onto the A-frame and make it very usable. Let's start out with a quick lesson in physics. With this hoisting equipment, we want to be able to keep the cable spooling as nicely as possible and as neatly as possible. Now, if this were just mounted at one point in the middle, as you'd put a load on it, this end would be brought down and all of your cable would end up in a big coil over here, probably a big mess, and damage the coil. So this really needs to be mounted at 2 points here and there in order to keep it level. Now, in their design, Harbor Freight did make 2 mounting points, one there and one there. And what they included was this U-frame that bolts on there, and it's made to be mounted with like a 2.5-inch diameter pipe or 2.5-inch square tubing. But I thought, well, I might be able to improve on that somewhat. On the hoisting A-frame, there will be 2 trucks, one on each side, that roll back and forth across it. Why not go ahead and use both of them? And in order to mount that, I came up with welding on a couple of lugs on each of these. So we'll go ahead and mount those like that. And that should be able to keep the hoist level as it undertakes a load. I'm going to need to reposition this in order to get the other side bolted up. Well, the holes are not quite lining up on that side, so this one I'm going to have to do a little work on. Now, these trucks are made to where they're adjustable for different widths of beams. Doesn't matter if it's Harbor Freight or where you get it, they're all pretty much the same. And what I want to be able to do, I just took some measurements and put this together as best I could assemble it and get it to match everything. Let's put it up there. And see how it rolls. And see if I want to try to take out any of the washers. I don't think that I do. Wish I had 3 hands now. I think I can already see that I want to remove at least one washer. Okay, I got the first truck up and seems to be operating all right. This side I've got tightened. This side I have not got the lock nut tightened on it. I may want to loosen it just a touch, just to give that just a tiny bit of free play and swing. Go ahead and get the other one. These darn things are heavy enough in themselves, but I guess they don't carry quite a load, so it should be. And now to set the crane, and that thing's about 75 pounds. I am not nearly tough enough to raise that above my head. So I'm going to use the tractor to help me out. I think that has it. I've got it hung, it's up there. Now, does it work? Let's find out. Apparently it does. That takes care of that. The next improvement then is wheels. The wheels that come with this lift absolutely suck.